So we got a real interesting video today, titled Rim Restoration. These are a pair of my actual custom rims that I have they have went through weather. We're going to kind of go over some of the things that become hazards to having custom rims, how to keep them going, um, some of the bads in having rims, and just some of the things that go on. Well, these rims right here, these are 20-inch rims, and I really like this because they have a deep dish lip on them. The lip is probably about a 2-inch lip on it, and they're perfect. Some people like deeper lips. Some people like, uh, smaller lips. I think those just perfect. I think every custom pair of rims should have some lips on them to just kind of offset. But I really like these. I think I must have paid around $2,000 or so for these. I had the tires mounted on these, but I really like these. And I tell anybody, if you're trying to get some rims, if you're trying to have custom tires, you don't want to be lazy, right? Now we got a multi video today because we're just kind of cover a few things that allow you to kind of um, you know take care of your rims, take care of your cars, so on and so forth, and the extreme months of the year. Of course, that will be wintertime. Well, one of the things I do, and this was really negligent on me. What I do a lot of times is around, and I've been doing it different because I got a different maintenance style, and it's just really what you want. If you're gonna spend, I tell anybody you're gonna spend anything over $1,700, 25, $2,000 rims, you want to be able to take those rims off annually, so that you don't receive the wear and tear of just the elements when they put that salt out there. And that salt, it seems like every year it gets worser and worser. I mean, that BS, that stuff will just eat up anything, right? And the worst thing you want to do is to get lazy, right? So, well, I don't want to do it. I don't worry about it. I'm just going to go do an underbody. That works a little bit, but what happens is if you don't take them off, see this stuff right here? This is generally what happens, right? Now, I've had about three sets of custom rims. The ones that actually I got on my truck now, I took those off, and I got those redone. I'm gonna kind of revert and tell you another little method you can do to just keep your car looking good. For what it's worth, you won't be able to tell versus buying $2,000 pair of rims set of rims, and you don't maintain them right. Right. So all it takes is this one good season. They put that salt on there, and then the salt starts eating up everything, and then that's pretty much it. That's a wrap, right? So back to some of the maintenance things. What I usually do is I have a few different cleaners, and my cleaners, they usually work as so. I got a really good chrome foam cleaner where, I mean, it just takes off all the dirt, all that. I got a few rotary brushes, and rotary brushes are really good. Like I say, if you use the agent and then you actually get in those areas where the sediment and the rust buildup is laying. But beyond that, if you don't maintain them, as I say again, you're looking to just throw out a good pair of rims. Now, these, I think they're salvageable. Um, I think I will actually take these to the guy that actually did one of my paint shop guys. I got a few paint shop guys that do that, and I think they do a fairly good job. When they painted my truck, guys, they did a really good job on that. I like that job. But I was going to actually have these are done. But if you look around, you redoing rims, chrome rims, it usually, no one usually does that. They do it. It's a few different things that you can do. I usually use steel wool. Um, Steel wool is probably the only thing. Steel wool, and I got a good soap detergent cleaner, and then I got a couple rotary brush tools, right? Now, those tools you should use consistently, continually. You shouldn't wait until it's too late where you have buildup on there, or else you're gonna have a problem with that. So um, it's not a bad job. Of course, the topic of the day is restoring, keeping your rims together. This is just a set of 4 rims that I had, and I really love these. I took these off, and I had wanted to get these off and get these restored, and I wound up I wound up just going. I wound up taking the original ones. I took them off, got them powder coated black, and then glossed out black. So they turned out really good, and I put my Vogues on it. But I have my Vogues on these. So, but we'll probably get these going this year. I got a whole nother job. I had a job on the Hemi sport car. Got that. I usually do a lot of maintenance tips. So whereas when my cars are out, because I have a lot of things going on, I have motorcycle, bikes, four-wheeler go on in my living space. So I usually use canopies, right? Car covers. That'll be a whole nother video. But car covers, they work as so. Same as keeping the car in the garage. The only thing about cars, I was telling the guy the other day, is if you're going to use a car cover, you can't be lazy. It's just as simple as this. You go somewhere and you come in, you put the car cover on, right? That's what happens when people they get this kind of build up around rims. Is they don't want to put the car covers on. So that's been kind of really my mainstay. I think car covers is like putting your car in the garage. I just ordered another one for my sport car, but I usually keep my truck and my cars, and I keep all my stuff covered up. And it's simple as that. So, well, it's just going to rain. Well, that rain turns into mildew. That rain turns into dry spots, right? So, just wanted to get a little footage of this. Some of the things that's going on. I really like these. These are some good rims. I might take them in. I did a lot of cleanup on them, but as you see, you got some of this, and that's just from negligence. So, if you want to do something, you probably heard that you got to do it yourself, right? So, we'll see this year coming up. I was going to actually paint them. I was going to actually keep this chrome, the outside chrome, and then I was going to paint the inside black. But I'm really fascinated by chrome. Chrome is like gold. It just goes with anything. If you don't take care of it, you're not going to have it, right? So, I probably try to find another a shop. I want to actually get them recoated like a rose gold or something like that. But I'm really in love with the chrome. So I'll probably just gonna redo these all over again if I can find a good shop that'll, just go out and resurface them. Even if I had to put them on a machine like a lathe or something, have them spin them and just go in and clean each spoke thoroughly. If I can find that. But as I say again, a lot of times you don't. There's no shops. You can't find a shop that actually resurface the chrome. If they go bad, most of the time, you can't use steel wool. It's pretty much done. So, just want to get a little footage of the before chromes. Some of my favorite rims. These are my deep dish rims. Well, 2-inch rims. I think 2.5 inch rims. I really like these. Just getting a little footage, and I will have a follow-up video in the upcoming months of the finish. So, I got 4 of them here. 4 of them here, the 4 rims. And I usually keep these down in my basement, but these are my favorites right here. I love these. Okay, sign it out. So I thought I'd make a video of some of my cleaners and things that I actually use to actually maintain my chrome rims. Of course, this video is about maintaining rims. I thought I'd get all the stuff that I use that's kind of really been just a workhorse for me, a staple when it comes to just keeping everything together. Just kind of go through that. But these are pretty good right here. I like these. These are actually my rotary tool brushes. Now I got a few sets of these that they kind of work as so, but I think these are some of my better ones that I have. I got a black set, and then I got a few other little different ones that actually run. These are kind of like cotton rollers, kind of vision, cloth something. They run them in different applications. Of course, this one's more of like a round ball, and this one's kind of swiveled towards the end. And then we got some with brushes. Of course, they have the mount-ons for the back. So how do you use those? Of course, I use those. I mount those on my 3/8 electric drill, and they work as so. But I usually mount those on the bottom. I wouldn't suggest to do it really hard, because it seems like sometimes when you do it hard, it rides on like a lock groove. It's pressed in there, but when you get to going too hard, you tend to want to knock it off the roller thing that it's actually set on. So overall, over than that, that's really good. But these are really good if you can kind of vision getting in those corners and just rubbing them really good. I want to say what I usually do first prior. Okay, got different couple of applications. We got the this is the chrome cleaner. Now this has always worked for me. Hot rim mega cleaner. So what I usually do with this, I spray it on and I just let it sit there for maybe about 5 or 10 minutes, right? And then you can either rinse it off or you can just wipe it off. I prefer to just kind of rinse it off with a towel and all the residue. These are really good. I like this one. And then this one's also good. This is a new one that I got. It's called Light Wheel and Tire Cleaner. And the same application. You get it in there, and it's all about getting that baked on salt, dirt, whatever is on the actual rim surface, and you want that off, right? So you say, well, why do you need all this? Well, of course, you guys have probably experienced that. After you use those agents, and it seems like nothing's perfect, you get kind of like a sandpaper finish, you would say, right? And we're gonna beef it up. Now, I usually use that first, the cleaners first. I wipe it with a towel, and then I go with something like that, right? Okay, now if this doesn't work, I shoot to this one. Now, this is a really good application right here. This is actually, I recently bought this one. This is my Bowers belt sander. And this one's really good because if you think of someone like that hard grit, some of the stuff that they put on the road, like the salt, it's just baked on stuff that you want it off. You want your surface to be clean. You probably use the brush. You know, you guys clean your bathrooms or your floors. You scrub your kitchen floors. Something that'll get that finish, the floor to floor, the original surface back to where it's supposed to be at. And I really like this because, like I say again, it does everything. This is more of a manageable tool. Actually, I had to go out. It comes with like 2 or 3 sand grits, right? The papers that come with it. And then I think I must have went out and I ain't gonna pull this out. I think it's kind of hard. I pull it back in. Well, I went out and actually the store I went to Harbor Freight, and actually I got some more of them, and they work really good, right? So that's kind of more of the hard grit. You kind of look at something like this on a toolbox when it's caked on. This is the cake on. It'll take it all the way down to there, right? So I want to say do this first, the belt sander, and then do your polish. Now this is another that I've used. This works really good. This is my steel wool. Now this is actually the go-to, right? You want that chrome shiny finish. Once you get everything stripped down, it's almost like putting on a wax or polish, right? So how does it look? It look like just regular steel wool pads, right? You don't really have to hit it hard, but you want to get in all those little areas. You want to have like a lay down pattern that, whereas when you're scrubbing the surface, that you're really fine tuning it, like you're shining, and it really works, right? All 3 of the elements, the tools that I showed you. Of course, got the belt sander. I use my rotary brushes within my 3/8 gun. I use my solvent sprays. This will probably be the last thing you guys could actually do prior to actually taking it to another professional shop, and actually have them grind it. You say, well, how do they do that? I still am kind of clueless, but I've read a few things. Taking it off, putting it on the lathe, spinning it. But I will say this, that works really good. Steel wool. These tools right here, my rotary tools. This is more of a fine finish, right? Fine finish. But this works really good, right? The belt sander works really good. And it's just, the blade is probably about like that. It might be like 10 inches long, just long enough in those areas when you get in those corners. I mean, it'll pull all that down. You say, well, will that finish be too much? It shouldn't take too much off, because if you think about it, most of the time what I've experienced a heavy buildup, right? So you want the buildup all the way off of there. And then after you get it off of there, you want to just kind of like I say, sand. You want to polish it down, right? So just get a little footage of some of the things that I want to show you within this video. Of course, the title is maintaining your chrome rims, any kind of expensive rim. Of course, those rims I got in there, I did a video. I paid well over $2,000 for those rims, and they have issues with them right now. So they say if you don't know, you shouldn't get in trouble. But if you know, it's just some of the things that you can use, tools that you can apply that will assist you. So just a few things of the maintaining any set of rim, right? But specifically chrome rim, that'll help you. Signing out.